And welcome to another Call to Cinema video. This one done somewhere a little differently and done a little bit differently as well. Tonight we are talking about two of my favorite companies to talk about, and probably my two favorite companies going right now. I apologize yesterday for the sort of, what's the word I want to use? Mess up, major technical mess up on my side, and I want to thank everybody that came and watched those videos. For even though I kind of messed up. Now, one thing I do have to say, hey and ready, is that the MGM announcement was huge and major and a big deal for Vinegar Syndrome. Now, I did announce 3 movies as being actually confirmed. Hey there, Chris. But they're not confirmed. They were like a wish list movies that somebody had. So take back, when it comes to Blood Games and the other 2 that I mentioned. Hey, Mug. Because when I get it wrong, I want to admit that I got it wrong and tell you guys right away, so I don't give any wrong information. And anytime I do, I like to make sure that gets rectified. So tonight we're going to talk about Vinegar Syndrome. We're going to talk about Severin. As you can see, still not figuring out my iMac there, so I brought in my Nitro. Here, my Acer Nitro 5. So we're going to look at both the Severin and the Vinegar Syndrome websites as best we can. I've chosen 6 films, hey Ricky, to basically give an idea of both companies and what I think, 6 films that I think represent them very well. Hey there, Joseph. And 6 films I think you should have in your collection. We'll be able to see more that I actually don't have, because I'm going to be looking here, and I don't know if you can see this very well. I think there's probably a bit of a shine on it, so I'm going to try and bring things up, and hopefully when I do, come on, I'm going to give this unable to connect thing a kick in the ass, because there we go. Connect automatically. Let's connect automatically here. And connect. Basically what happened is I was doing some stuff for work today, and I had to check out some stuff. So hey Daz, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. So that's the issue with this stuff here. Is I don't think it's going to show up as well as what on my iMac. But I don't have a way to get my iMac to work yet, and when I do, we'll be able to do that. But at least this way I can kind of look at stuff and talk about features, like different films that are available. And we can look at the Vinegar Syndrome stuff as well. Yeah, no, I can't say. Yeah, it's totally impossible. So I can dive over to this and basically, to say, for instance, I want to see what the limited editions are right now. I am going to kick this thing's ass. So, just so you know what happened, earlier on today I had to check my Ethernet connection downstairs because I will be working from home. Hey, PlayStation 9. So in order to do that, I had to turn off my Wi-Fi on my laptop to make sure that the Ethernet connection was working on my, and that the port was working for it. I forgot to turn the Wi-Fi back on this one, so it takes a minute or two to get the connection going back normally again. So things have gone a little bit more crazy since we spoke about something that we're not going to mention on here because flagging and all that type of stuff. When last we met, I was slightly depressed over 2 videos that drove me up the wall and kind of got me upset. So I do apologize for that, because I do try to keep this channel about as happy as freaking possible. Scott didn't get me up, man. Hey, George. Hey, Greg. Hey, Dave. How's it going, man? And hey there, Jay. And anybody else that I might miss when I was trying to get this thing to work. So the 2 companies we're going to talk about tonight are 2 of my personal favorite companies, Severin and Vinegar Syndrome. If I had to list 2 companies that give me the most joy out of any company out there, this would be the 2. I love my Scream Factor, I love my Criterion, love the Arrow Video stuff, and they do some amazing stuff as well. I am seriously thinking about, this light is so bright, I'm thinking about going and getting sunglasses. Like, I am not even joking. Arrow's your current fave? Who here was like, somebody here is, I think it's Sculder, is having issues with Arrow. Arrow's fantastic. Like, all the companies I'm going to mention here are doing fantastic stuff. But tonight, we're diving into two of my ultimate favorite companies. And I want to focus on not just some stuff that I think you guys should pick up that they got. You're like me, Jay. You're like me with the Vincent thing. But I'm going to mention some stuff that I don't have that I think you guys should pick up. Because I always I'm able to focus a little bit more on the stuff that I got, because I can just pick it up in my hand and read the features and stuff like that. And sometimes it's hard to remember some, like, there's so much on there that it's hard for me to remember some of the stuff that I don't got and what their features and that might be. So I got my computer up here. Even if you can't see it, I can read it out and mention some of the stuff there today. Okay, here's a good question for you before you even start any of this stuff. What company, and I really got a strong thought on this. What company do you think has the best music for their intro? Who has the best music? And I have thoughts on this, by the way. There's one company that I think definitely, there's a lot of companies that have great music, but one company I think has the best intro music of all, out of every one of them. But I want your thoughts on it first before I give you what mine is. I have my answer. So Jay says Vinegar Syndrome's intro. Shadow says, hey there, Shadow. Says Severin's intro. I love them both. Obviously, they're my favorite companies. But I don't think any company can beat the incredible Mondo Macabre opening music. Because as soon as you hear the Mondo Macabre music and you see that kind of the clip thing that goes along with the music, you really know exactly what you're getting. And I don't think anything hypes me up as much as Mondo Macabre's music. I know when I get like Vinegar Syndrome and Severin, I'm really going to enjoy it. I just go in. That's the thing. With Mondo, I usually know I'm going to enjoy their stuff too. But even if I was kind of like pensive on a video that I picked up from them, as soon as I put that in and that crazy music plays, oh, you haven't a Shadow. There's like a Mondo Macabre, like kind of like a reel on their YouTube channel. And I'll be honest with you, Shadow, if you watch it and you listen to the music, it's gonna make you want to buy a Mondo Macabre release. Like, it's 100% gonna make you want to buy a Mondo Macabre release. So what I did was I picked 4 Blu-rays and 2 box sets from each company, and I decided to use them as kind of a base of ones that I thought that everybody should have. After I do that, I'm going to look on here and I'm going to show you some stuff, or tell you some stuff, because I can't show you, unfortunately, that I think everybody absolutely should look into, myself included, because ones I mentioned on here are going to be ones that are not yet in my collection. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I got to get that part of the way. I want to thank my excellent, amazing patrons for, especially right now when when a lot of my equipment yesterday was breaking down, because you guys rock. So I'm going to go back and forth. I'm not going to pick like Severin, then all Vinegar Syndrome. I'm going to pick some of each. I think that the movies that I've chosen are good representations of what the company has, and ones that I do think, if you've any interest in these movies at all, or even a slight peak of interest, that I'm going to try to push you over the edge to pick up these films when their next sale comes out. So, with that being said, are you ready? Or some slashers I recommend for Vinegar Syndrome. I'll get into that actually, Chris. I'm going to go through the 6 physical ones that I got here that may or may not have slashers included in them. and then I'm going to go to Vinegar Syndrome's website and Severin's website, and I'll tell you what, I'll give you like some slashers and some cool like releases from both of those companies. So, as Daz said, let's rock. And I tried to pick some out of the box stuff. So just so you know that right out of the gate. But I picked some things that I think that I've talked about before, and those ones aren't going to get like a lot of talk because there's just ones that are so good that they do belong in everyone's collection, and I'll be able to go through those fairly quickly. As this one I've recently talked about, and talked about quite a bit in an extensive amount, was Skinner from Severin Films. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Skinner is one of those movies, I said this on my special feature video, that 110% belongs in absolutely everybody's collection. It's a fun little film. Ted Raimi's best acting work, some of the best features, like encompassing features that I've seen on a film to date. And it deals with different aspects. I love the fact that it deals with different aspects of the film, whether it be the film itself, the behind the scenes drama, and everything gets kind of a spotlight shone on it. The features are like average length, could be from 10, 15, 20 minutes. Nothing overstays its welcome. You gotta love Ricky Lake, right? I actually like you more for liking Ricky Lake, actually. And that was number one, what I chose from right there. For the first one for Vinegar Syndrome, and this might surprise some people, this has one of the best covers Vinegar Syndrome ever put out. I'm just going to put that right out there right now, and that is Bloody New Year. This is a Norman J. Warren film. It's probably one of the most fun Norman J. Warren films, although Prey may be more technically better. Bloody New Year is actually an amazingly fun film. Not a lot of features on there. I mean, there's a commentary track from Norman J. Warren, which is really good actually. But aside from like that, that's pretty much it. I mean, like you get like I think maybe, do you get a slideshow or something like that? No, I don't even get like a slideshow of this one. But it's just your favorite one. See, you're gaining cool points. Yeah, you're gaining cool points. This is really, really fun. It's one of those that I didn't expect to be as fun as it was. I remember seeing it so often. Needs to watch. You gotta watch it, Daz. Let me know what you think. And seeing this like cover so often in video stores. And passing it by, or usually, actually, passing by is not true. Usually it was rented out. So you wanted kind of a slashery one. That's not a slasher film, Chris, but it is kind of a supernaturally horror type of film that I do recommend. And definitely check out Bloody New Year. It's a really great film, and it'll get you kind of primed for Norman J. Warren's films. Indicator put out an amazing box set, which although I have a lot of the films on that set, I will definitely be double dipping down the road with that set. But it's not an indicator video tonight. It's a little bit more. I haven't seen this on one in years, Shadow, so I'll be honest with you, I do not remember. All right, next up is Severin's The Changeling. Second Sight put out a great edition of this as well if you live in the UK. But if not, this is a really great edition of the film. There is some amazing features on here, but the greatest feature that this film can have, the greatest feature that this film can have, hands down, 9-minute one, I want that, is I'm going to show you right now. The best feature on here. And that is actually I just, sorry last message, Alan, it was kind of hid there, so I had to like hit the button. Is right now it's the soundtrack. The Changeling has an incredible score, and once you watch the movie, you'll get it, because yeah, I think, was it Peter Medic that did the score for this one? No, he's the director. Who did the score for this film? Music composed by Rick Wilkins. Incredible. And by the way, this is a region-free Blu-ray release, so I didn't expect that. But Changeling is one of the greatest ghost story movies ever made. I will go up on that hill and tell you that. I'll fight you on that one. It's one of the great ghost stories of all time. I'll right up there with a little film called Ghost Story, based on an almost unfilmable book by Peter Straub. But Changeling, if you don't have this in your collection in any form, you need to have this in your collection. You're right, Joseph. It's changing is super amazing. Next up for Vinegar Syndrome is There's Nothing Out There. And I think pretty much everybody that's ever bought Vinegar Syndrome has this movie like in their collection. This is one of the go-to Vinegar Syndrome films with the most features that they ever put out on any of their releases. And that includes their box sets as well. The amazing amount of special features on this film are insane. It was a meta horror film before Scream became the meta horror. Oh, Daz, man, you totally got to get this one. Before Scream became a meta horror film. And it may have kind of inspired Scream. You'll find out more about that when you watch the short like student film that's on here about how There's Nothing Out There has some pretty big connections to the movie Scream. And definitely worth checking out. There's also another film on here as well called Murder in Winter, which is an early feature film by Rolf Koninsky. But one of my favorite things on this is a short little film titled Mood Boobs. It is extremely funny, extremely unique, original, and it has a kind of a guest appearance by one of my favorite like indie horror scream queens, Tiffany Shepis, who really rocks it whenever she's in anything. But There's Nothing Out. There's a very fun film, and I recommend that anybody that's collecting Vinegar Syndrome or just wants some cool horror and some meta stuff in general to go out there and pick that one up, because it is really that damn good. Here's one that I won't talk about too much again because I've mentioned it so much on the channel, but I guess there's a good reason for that. It was just such a great release, and that was Severin's Wax Mask. An amazing film. This was originally supposed to be directed by Lucio Fulci. Unfortunately, he passed away. Dario Argento didn't want to direct it himself. It was too close to him. So it was given to special effects maestro Sergio Stevoletti. Oh, Stas, you gotta watch the featurette on There's Nothing Out There. And you'll find out a little bit more. Wax Mask is an incredible film with an awesome slipcover and even more awesome actual cover. The Hazing needs a Blu-ray release, Jay. I don't think it's ever gotten one. I got like the DVD downstairs, but that definitely needs a Blu-ray release. I was really hoping Vinegar Syndrome would do it, but apparently Rolf says it's past their cutoff date for when they release films. But if you don't have this one, it's fantastic and has an amazing special feature by with Dario Argento talking about Lucio Fulci. And yes, it might just make you tear up just a little tiny bit. Okay, so where are we? We are at Vinegar Syndrome. And Vinegar Syndrome does all types of films, including the adultish type of films. Actually, Severin does too, but people don't really talk about that much. But Severin does have some adult films in their collection. But one of the greatest, and one that works with the R-rated cut. Some people think it works better with the R-rated cut than the X-rated cut. Whatever you're into, man. Whatever's your bag. But A Woman's Torment by Roberta Findlay. This is a must-have from Vinegar Syndrome. It is pretty much her version of Repulsion, and it shows. And what makes it work, and what makes it more than just like a kind of an X-rated knockoff of a famous film like Repulsion, is the fact that the lead actress in this, I definitely cannot get an umbrella. Sorry, dude. It is what it is tonight, Alan. Is the lead actress. She has this kind of enigmatic kind of sense about her that you really gotta. It's really hard to explain, unless you watch the film and watch the actress. But she kind of hypnotizes you to the screen. She's a different, unique type of actress, and I really, really like her. So definitely check it out. Woman's Torment, 110% beyond this one. Not only that, there's a great, if you don't like adult films, watch the R-rated version. It's an R-rated cut of the film. You don't have to watch the adult film. There's nothing about this film on the cover that makes it look like an adult film, so your friends won't know. There's a great commentary track with director Roberta Findlay that is on the R-rated cut, so you will have to watch it for that. They do a good Q&A with her as well that was done back in 2017. And the interview actor Michael Gaunt as well, actually. So all over, this is a really great package and definitely something worth picking up from Vinegar Syndrome. And when anybody asks me Vinegar Syndrome movies that they need to have, that is always in the collection. Next up is one that I'm going to take the slipcover off, just so I don't have to go like covering stuff. I have recommended 100 times, and 100 times more until everybody gets it. So I had to take slipcover off because the slipcover had nudity. So if you like nudity, you want to get the slipcover to this one. And this is Emmanuel and the Last Cannibals. Or maybe you want to wait now because there's apparently a box set coming out. And you might want to, this is probably going to be on it. This is Laura Gemser in Emmanuel and the Last Cannibals. Just incredible. If you like Black Emmanuel, if you like Laura Gemser, this is one of the top ones, in my opinion. I don't even like cannibal films, and I love this film. I've watched this so many times, and everybody knows it. Jay's seen the movie, so without even saying anything, Jay, that scene, remember that scene? That scene that everybody remembers from the beginning of the film? Yeah. You don't forget that scene. This one also has the original motion picture soundtrack in here as well. Oh, it really works in your favor, does. So I'm going to guess, even though I haven't listened to the soundtrack, I'd be really excited to hear it because there's a song on Emmanuel and the Last Cannibals that, if you've watched the Severin Cellar video, you know the song I'm talking about. And he's 100% right. It kind of gets stuck in your head. But it's just one of those really, really cool releases. Last but not least on Vinegar Syndrome, and I wanted to give this one credit, well, not last of the regular ones before going to the box sets, which is going to be really easy for Vinegar Syndrome. It was a little bit more difficult for the recently released for Severin. All right, I got the 88 Films edition as well, George. I have both of them, and I will still buy that box set. Is the incredibly well done Flesh Pot on 42nd Street by Andy Milligan. This is a movie that just happens to be an adult film. You can pretty much tell that Andy Milligan didn't give a damn about adult films because he pretty much just puts a couple hardcore sequences somewhere within the films, and he really doesn't care too much about them. They're not the focus of the film. The focus of the Andy Milligan film, Flesh Pot on 42nd Street, is definitely the characters, the characterization, and the dialogue. The dialogue is incredibly realistic and crisp, and it sounds like everything's been pretty much improvised, and maybe it has been, because it sounds like real people talking and not people talking lines on a script to push a storyline. And that is the big thing. And that's my biggest pet peeve in some films is when you're watching a film and it's like you can tell the difference between good writing and like writing that's getting something to a certain place. Here's a good example of that. I just talked about Scream. The original Scream movie, as you know, as meta-referential as it is, still has characters that you can probably relate to, and it gets you there in an entertaining way. However, Scream 3 is exactly the opposite. Everything seems forced to get you to this specific spot that doesn't seem to be at all, one, interesting, two, realistic, or three, just something you even care about. Forced Entry is one that I don't have. I've seen the film, actually. But wasn't that put out by, was it Vinegar Syndrome put that out? I'm pretty sure they did. Like on the DVD, right? So, oh no, that's not true, man. What's I'm gonna guess, Jay, you only like the first one, right? But for me, the Scream series goes like this. Number 1, number 4, number 2, the Scream TV series season 1, Scream TV series season 2, Scream TV series season 3, and then Scream 3. That's my Scream ranking for you. Now we'll switch it up a bit and go reverse with the box sets before we get into stuff that I don't have. It's really simple to do the Vinegar Syndrome box sets. The only put out 2, so the only ones to choose from are obviously those 2. But that being said, they didn't just put out any 2. They put out 2 incredible box sets that you need. You don't, you just, we kind of have it. You don't just kind of like, maybe you should get it. You don't need to ponder, hey, Emily, we're talking Vinegar Cinnamon Scream tonight, so you should like that. But this box set, it has to be on your shelf. It has to be in your collection. I'm not even joking. You got to have it there. And that is the Incredible Angel Collection. It is a 3-film series. The 4th Angel film is a kind of made-for showcase TV pilot. That's why that's not included in this and wasn't considered part of the original series. With number 1 starring Donna Wilkes, number 2 starring Betsy Russell, and number 3 starring Mitzi Capture, I think, in the 3rd film. Actually, like, if I was to rate these films, I would rate them at 1, 3, and then 2. That's going to be really surprising to some people, but that's just the order that I like them in. Oh, and Reddy, you are in for a treat. There's some really cool stuff on here, and there is, of course, by the way, Mitzi Capture. Betsy Russell is a great actor. This was an early film that she did, but it's probably Angel 2 is probably the least movie that feels actually like an Angel film out of all of them, and that includes the TV pilot. Oh yeah, the Jello packaging can be excellent. It's just, you can see right here, there on the first one here, we get an interview with Donna Wilkes, we get an interview with the writer-director of the film, interview with the co-writer, an interview with the composer of the film, and of course the theatrical trailers for number 2 and 3. On here we get like an interview with Betsy Russell, an interview with the director and co-writer of the film. And on part 3, there's no interviews with anybody, but there is an actual audio commentary, which is a shame because the one that I wanted the audio commentary for the most was actually part 1. But I get why they did that, because the least is known about part 3. So Angel Collection, it's not a should have, it's not a could have, it's not a would have, it's a must have. Move that over, it's going to fall down. The first in the Severin ones, and unfortunately, this one is sold out. And here's the thing, box sets sell out. All these box sets are limited editions. The Angel one hasn't sold out yet, but I'm going to say it now, you're going to be kicking yourself if you don't get it and the thing sells out. It's a beautifully made box set. I never tried the YouTube Rewind, actually. And that is the Amicus collection. This one here is already sold out. Actually, if you like the artwork, there's a t-shirt of this too, which you can still buy. You can buy most of these films actually separately. Oh, I forgot that. Jekyll and Hyde Together Again is a favorite of mine. I saw it in theater, Jay. It's one I need to own. I don't own it yet. And this here was one that I could not pass up on. It's a great set. But what's exclusive to the set, there's 2 things. There is The Beast Must Die, which was not put out separately on its own, and there's The Vault of Amicus, which was which was another incredible like bonus disc. All right. So this is The Beast Must Die right here. It has Peter Cushing, and this has a pretty good cast. Peter Cushing, Anton Diffring's in this one here, Charles Gray, Michael Gambon, Kelvin Lockhart, and oh God, what's his name? Is in this as well. I'm not sure if they'll say it on back, but there's a guy in here. It's a small part. Actually, he's one of the first people killed. God, can't remember right now. Hey, boo-hoo. I say it loud. I actually love this film. It's got something called the Werewolf Minute. Oh, dishwashing. I just did that before I came upstairs, man. Thinking ahead, see? This has a Werewolf Minute. I love the Werewolf Minute. Basically, this movie is a mystery. You have to guess who the werewolf is going to be. It kind of cheats a bit in having not one, but maybe there's a second werewolf. Maybe. You got to see the film to find out. And it's a very cool film. What's neat, though, is it does play like a mystery in the fact that you are given clues to actually figure out who the werewolf is. So fair play to them for that. Also alongside that, there is the classic Gothic and now the Screaming Sarge. It's got the lovely, gorgeous, amazing, beautiful, buxom Stephanie Beacham in the film, along with Ian Ogilvy, who was my saint, actually. he was in the series Return the Saint, which has one of the greatest, jazziest scores of all time, and I utterly love it. And Now the Screaming Starts is a very fun film, and it's got that really creepy scene with the guy with no eyes that you remember when you're a kid after you see it. And you trust me, you remember it when you're going to bed and you're getting ready to turn off the lights at night. It's just one of those cool films. Of course, there is Asylum, an amazing film written by Robert Bloch. This is a portmanteau or an anthology film. I really dig this one. Some stories are better than others. The wraparound is actually incredible with Asylum. Wraparounds are important for me with anthology films. If your wraparound fails a bit, it kind of lowers your anthology film just a little bit. Think of The House of Drip Blood. Great segments in The House of Drip Blood, horrible wraparound. Asylum doesn't do that. They actually have a really good wraparound, and one of my favorites actually. And of course, the bonus disc is right here, and it's called The Vault of Amicus. What exactly is on the Vault of Amicus? Well, a whole lot of stuff, including the Dr. Terror's House of Trailers. Oh, dude, Weldon, gotta see Asylum, man. It's a cool film. With like pretty much every trailer from every Amicus film. There is a 3-hour long audio interview with Milton Stabotsky, and then there's an hour of like with a horror journalist filmmaker Jonathan Southcott. It's incredibly fun. I think you want to empty your bank account. Ah, there we go. With Vinegar Syndrome, we know what we're getting next in box set wise because there's 2 choices right now. And that is the Amityville Cursed Collection. This is really, really, really extremely fun. People tend to think for some reason that these are like 4 TV movies. They're not. Actually, only one of them is a TV movie. But you know what? The TV movie in this set is actually one of the best films in the set. It's incredibly fun and engaging. It has a great cast. And the lamp design for the cursed lamp in the movie is sort of like batshit crazy. It has a great, really unique box opening. And when you look at this, I'm not sure about anybody else. Some people may see blood splatters and stuff like that. What I see with this is I see a Tales from the Dark Side opening. So if you've ever seen Tales from the Dark Side, just picture Tales from the Dark Side opening. And once you open up your box set for this Amityville Curse Collection, you're never going to be able to not see the Tales from the Dark Side opening. Trust me with that one. Big Rennerson spending spree next weekend. Ooh, let me know what you get. What versions are in the box set? Well, these are the Curse Collection. See, there's a book, basically an Amityville Curse book, which talks about like cursed items. Most of the films are based on that. There is Amityville, The Evil Escapes. Oh, welcome, dude. There is Amityville, It's About Time. Everybody has their favorite, and I find that everybody's is different. There is Amityville, A New Generation. This tends to be nobody's favorite, but I actually do like this one. And there is the extremely fun, extremely cheesy Amityville Dollhouse. You can't go wrong with any of these films. They're all entertaining films. And I'll be honest with you, some people are going to hate me for saying this. I find the Curse Collection more entertaining as films to watch than the Amityville films themselves. Am I the only person out there that thinks that? I probably am. What is the Vault of Amicus, also known as Amicus' The Vault of Horror? Well, the Vault of Amicus was like a, what's the word? A bonus disc with the Amicus collection. So whenever the Amicus collection came out, that's when I don't think it's available separately. You'd have to like look on eBay or like Amazon to see if you could find like, and I think you can still find copies of Amicus's collection for a fairly decent price, but I can't, don't quote me on that. Here is one that I'm not sure if it's still in print or not. This will just let you know that the Severin box sets do tend to go to print. I actually agree with that, Jay. Only Amityville 2 is as good as the other one in that set. I almost forgot what I was going to say there for a second. But This is the Hemisphere Horrors box set. This is one I think was selling out or sold out, but when they had their big sale, I let everybody know well in advance. I showed them the Hemisphere Horror box set. I pushed people to say this is a good one. You got to get it. It's a really fun set. Hopefully, a lot of you guys took that to heart and actually bought the set. It is so fun. They put out one called a Blood Island one as well, which I don't have, but I hear it's good. But I've seen the Blood Island films. The Hemisphere Horror box set is better, especially just Blood Drinkers alone. This is fun. It's cheesy. It's crazy. It's insane, and you watch it more than once. It's one of those really cool ones. There's good features on absolutely every one of these films, and like there's even like a bonus double feature on here as well. The one which has Christopher Lee in it. And that is we have the Black Cat and the Torture Chamber of Dr. Sadism. And who doesn't want to have a movie called the Torture Chamber of Dr. Sadism? Because, damn man, that's some pretty good sadism. Of the Doctor variety. Not Blackula. There's no actually box set with Blackula. Though there, I think there's like, in the UK they put out like the Blackula films together. But, and of course Scream Factory put them out as a double feature. But the ones in this one are the Blood Drinkers, Brain of Blood, Curse of the Vampires, and of course the Black Cat and Torture Chamber Dr. Sadism. Now the Torture Chamber Dr. Sadism has Tarzan, Lex Barker in here, along with Christopher Lee and Karen Dorr, who you remember from You Only Live Twice. Or you probably won't remember from Hitchcock's Topaz, because nobody remembers Hitchcock's Topaz. It wasn't one of Hitchcock's more shining moments, in my opinion. But just to let you see the films, the other films on this set, we've got the Brain of Blood. Look at that. Look how luridly amazing that looks. Hey, Michelle, welcome back. We are talking Vinegar Syndrome and Severin tonight. I just forgot for a second. You're so stunning that I forgot. There you go. Did you hear the big announcement yesterday about the Black Emmanuel box set? Am I the only person excited about that? Curse of the Vampires, because look at this. Hey, Pingo, welcome, man. Brain of Blood's your favorite? I got to rewatch Brain of Blood. So far, Blood Drinkers is my favorite. Curse of the Vampires, look at this. Just love this cover. Soledad Miranda. Oh, those two films are incredible. Well done. They put out two Soledad Miranda films. She Killed in Ecstasy, and of course, Vampire Lesbos. Hey, welcome back, Wolf Lingard. These rated, I'd say probably maybe an R, like very light R for some of these films, but but give them an R nonetheless. You know, they're older, they're 60s films, so there'll be nudity and blood and stuff like that. But still, it's pretty. Have I seen any others? I have. Unfortunately, she didn't make too many, but. Pingo, we're talking about Severin and we're talking about Vinegar Syndrome. I brought out my Acer Nitro tonight because I am going to be looking at some Vinegar Syndrome and some Severin stuff. I moved that, by the way, just now so that you guys weren't seeing a blinding light on coming at you on screen like I am right now, because I'm seeing this light right here, the mirror right there, the light right there. It's pretty intense, guys. It's pretty intense for me right now. So just as a quick do over on ones that I think everybody should have in their collection. On the Severin side, and I'm going to get into more of it, so we're just getting started. We are talking, Steve, about Vinegar Syndrome and Severin. I'm going to be looking at the Vinegar Syndrome website and the Severin website. I'm going to be talking movies that I don't have, that I do think should be in your collection. I just went through a list of movies that I do have that I think everybody should have in their collection, if possible. The ones I chose, by the way, so for people that came in late, was the Amicus collection, an amazing box set by Severin. This is the Severin side, that'll tell you the Vinegar Syndrome side. I picked the Hemisphere Horror box set. Cover this one a bit. Emmanuel and the Last Cannibals, but you might want to wait on that one out to the Black Emmanuel box that's coming out. Wax Mask. The Incredible Ghost Story, The Changeling. And Skinner. On the Vinegar Syndrome side of things, the box set portion was easy to do, since Anderville Next Generation and the Angels collection are the only two sets they got, but honestly, you need them both. As well as Bloody New Year, still my favorite Norma J. Warren release. Prey might be better, but I kind of love this one. I am broadcasting upstairs kind of due to internet problems from yesterday, but mostly due to the fact that I wanted to make a specific type of video tonight. Hey, B-movie. There's Nothing Out There. A Woman's Torment. Strongly recommend that one. And Fleshpot on 42nd Street. So those are some musts that I consider having over, that you need to have over there. Let's just see. How can I do this, guys, so that you guys aren't blinded by the light? Better? Slightly? Kind of? A little bit? All right, this... You can all sing the song, too, while we're at it. I'm going to take a taste of my drink. Well, Ping, at least this way we're going to find out if you're really a vampire or not. You guys are really picky tonight. You know that, don't you? You're making it hard on me, guys. You're making it hard on me tonight. Especially after the night I had last night. So cut me just a bit of slack after last night's. Daz, they're ganging up on me here. I need you to have my back. Just saying. All right, let's go through some of the stuff the Vinegar Syndrome and Severin put out. Not on my Vinegar Syndrome Blues tonight. I did that one recently, so definitely check that one out. But what I'm doing tonight is I talked about some Vinegar Syndrome stuff, and now I'm going to be talking about some like I'm going to be talking about some stuff that I don't have. And some stuff that's coming up that I think you should pick up as well. And this is about as unbright as it gets right now. I've moved my camera 3 times, just saying. Pretty good B-movie. Aside from the brightness, Brigade, we're doing good. We're doing okay. As you know, I've already mentioned that L. Adamson said, you know, the Bundle Ghastly Horror is sold out already. But Ice Cream Man Wolfen, that's a fantastic film. A great release. Oh yeah, I got Ice Cream Man. I didn't get the slipcover. I missed the slipcover edition of it, but I did manage to pick that up. So we're going to go over some Severin stuff first, and we're going to go over some from Vinegar Syndrome stuff, some stuff that I really I think stands out. I don't have the new, like the Cries of Pleasure or the Astrologer set, so I really can't talk. I don't remember those films that well, so I can't talk a lot on those or if how good they are or not. I do kind of want the Lena Romay pin, but I don't want to get those films, at least not in the near future. The Wild Wild World of James Mansfield is kind of fun. It's kind of a Mondo film. Definitely one I got to pick up because I do collect the Mondo stuff. Mondo stuff isn't very good, but it's just something that I find interesting. I do want The Boys Next Door. That's one that I think I need to have. I'm a big Maxwell Caulfield fan. I like the Severin Kids to line Celluloid. I mean, I think it's a really neat idea with what they're doing, and the films that they're choosing aren't really like kids films. Well, I get they are, but they're like definitely the more serious kids films, because we got like Peanut Butter Solution, which is a darker kids film. Then we get the Carnival Magic, which I haven't seen. And then there's When the Wind Blows. And When the Wind Blows, dude, I should be on the video. Unfortunately, right now, dude, nobody's moving anywhere. Not even me, not even to Morocco at this point. Not till things change a bit. I just actually brought my computer home to work from home. All right, where was I? But I wanted to grab the Boys Next Door. I kind of wanted the poster too because Maxwell Caulfield autographed it. But have you seen the poster for the Boys Next Door? Um, yeah, I can't show you on there. But I'm going to try and show you on here. So who knows the poster for the Boys Next Door? I just got to say that right now because I was like, yeah, I totally want. Uh, yeah, that's it. I'm basically like a volunteer person for Vinegar Syndrome and Severin actually. Eaten Alive. Oh, I love Eaten Alive. Actually, that's a favorite of mine. Actually, both me and my better half had to work home. I had to work from home. It was a necessity. Trust me. After a while, you wouldn't want to. I know I'm gonna enjoy it now, but it's something that's gonna can get quite tiresome after a while. So I'm hoping that it's not gonna be very long that I'm gonna be able to do it. I can't find a damn poster around here to save my freaking life. Look it up yourself. Anyway, you're right, Brian. The Buzz Next Door poster. It's interesting, but the thing is, like the back of the poster, the whole almost the entire poster, um, as like a Maxwell Caulfield like lying about with his shirt off, which yeah, if I got that poster, as big a Maxwell Caulfield fan as much as I like the Buzz Next Door, do you know how many times I have to explain myself about that poster? So yeah, I can't get that poster. Oh yeah. So you're essential then. Well, interesting film and has a neat slipcover is Gwendolyn, otherwise known Gwendolyn in the Land of the Yik Yak. I think it was the initial like full title of the film. It's a Tiny Contain film. Tiny Contain at her prime, by the way, and it is weird. It is a weird film, but I had a hell of a lot of fun with it. So that's one I can kind of recommend. I gotta say the bundles that the Severin put out are actually some really interesting stuff. Oh, well, grocery store essential. They're essentials. The Yik Yak. I'm not even joking, Giles. Yik Yak. That's you can look it up. That's actually the title. I'm a huge fan of the enamel pins that's put out by Severin. I haven't picked up any of the Vincent enamel pins yet, so I don't know how to like in comparison what they're like. But I am a big fan of Severin's like pins, and I definitely want more. Paganini Horror is a really fun one. Uh, and Werewolf in a Girl's Dormitory, yes, hell's to the yes. And absurd, I love absurd. Anthropophagus, I like, and but absurd, utterly love. It's just Emily, that's just one that does it for me. It's my Halloween too. It's a Halloween too that should have been. Um, Again, like the pins with Donald Pleasance, Dairy, Nickelodeon is actually an amazing pin, and so is the Lucci Cozy film pin. Killer Crocodile. I do have that one, and I can recommend that one. You get parts one and two. What I don't have, but I really want, is Night Killer. Night Killer is me. It's an insane film. That's crazy, and yeah, that's not weird. George Eastman was actually one. He was a tall dude, and he got to play like kind of creepy guys. But I guess I can see him like probably being sort of an attractive guy. But not only that, George Eastman was an extremely smart man. And he was a writer. He wrote a lot of the films that he was in, and he did some behind the scenes writing as well. So your crush is actually an extremely smart person. Hey, welcome, Amy. Nobody crushes on the air because they're smart. Robo is a fun one. A Night Killer enamel pin I got to get down the road. And Beast in Heat. Uh, you're thinking of the latest one, Crawl, aren't you? It's very different. I mean, they're very different films. But I'm just a big fan of the old kind of the cheesy stuff. So for me, Killer Crocodile is the one to go with. It's the bomb. You can pick up Crawl anytime, but you can't pick up like Killer Crocodile anytime. Not Crawl? Oh, okay. Then the John Sayles one. Dead End Driving is fun. I mean, do you like Brian? Do you like Brian Trenchard Smith? That's the guy that did Dead End Driving. He also did Turkey Shoot, which is another film by Brian Trenchard Smith, and he did the third Leprechaun film as well. I'm pretty sure he directed that one too. So with all of those are excellent films. So I like Brian Trenchard Smith, so I would say yes, Dead End Drive-In. It's not a horror film. It's kind of a he's the Australian director. I'm not sure what to put, a post-apocalyptic action type film. Basically, like the youths, that they're kind of rounded up to a drive-in and left there to basically to stay. And some of them decides that they want to escape. Oh hell, I like Lake Placid. It's a fun little film, but Killer Crocodile, yes, it just beats it. And it doesn't have Betty White. That's the only thing missing. But yeah, Killer Crocodile. And I just hurt my arm. That's not funny when you hit the funny bone. Death Warmed Up is one. It's a weird one. It stars Michael Hurst from the series Hercules. If you remember the series Hercules, oh, then you're really going to like Killer Crocodile. It's way better and way different. And I'm sure Emily has this George Eastman pin that came out from Severin. Death Warmed Over is fun. It's different. It's a movie about a guy. So Michael Hurst, who played Aeolus in the series Hercules, he's now become like a kind of famous director. Watching videos. You weren't watching my videos. That's okay, dude. Whoa, wow, that's kind of like 3D. But to kind of summarize Death Warmed Over, do I like Edward Herrmann? I don't remember. Let me look. I'm honest. I got to Google him, so I might, but I don't remember him right now. Death Warmed Over stars Michael Hurst, and in the film, to show that he's like younger at the beginning of the film, basically he wears a schoolboy outfit, like short pants. That's pretty much it. And he has his normal colored blonde hair. When he gets out of the asylum years later for a murder that he didn't commit. Oh no, Death Warmed Over is from Severin. We're going over Severin right now. And then I'm going to do some Vinegar Syndrome stuff as well. He kind of goes. He wants to go back and get revenge on the doctor that set him up. Now his hair is bleached, right? So what is the big key moment? Oh no, not that. Michael Hurst from like Hurst from Hercules: The Legendary Journeys. Well, there's peeing on a truck, and that, my friends, that is a catalyst for everything that happens in the rest of this film. All the destruction and death, all because peeing on a truck. Just putting that out there. But it's a fun little film. And, well, one of the head guy's Lloyd Kaufman, but yeah, he's one of the guys. But we're looking at a very different guy right now. And let's see, is there a couple others I can give you? Next of Kin, I think, is an excellent release. And I don't have it up here right now, but definitely the box set that they put out is, no, that's okay, dude. Is all the colors of Giallo set that had all the colors of the dark and all the colors of Giallo documentary. Definitely recommend checking that out. Dude, can I be honest with you, Alan? I have seen very little Gilmore Girls. I'm not a fan. So I don't know. But oh wait, is Edward Herrmann the guy that starred in Lost Boys? Are we talking about the guy that was like the main, spoiler alert for a film that's like over 20 years old, was the main vampire, like the actual head of the vampires, like the older guy? I love that actor. He's a fantastic character actor in a lot of stuff. So good deep cut there, man. So yeah, definitely a fan of Edward Herrmann. Not sure how many horror films I saw him in, but I do remember his he's one of those guys that stands out when he's in movies, and his part in it is pretty old, at least, isn't it? Like Lost Boys. When was the Lost Boys come out? Honestly, come on. It's got to be at least 30 years old. Great film. Fright Night's better, but still a great film. Okay, so coming up now is The Forgotten Jolly Volume 1, which I do recommend everybody grab. Dolly Dearest, if you like the doll films at all, this is a really cool one. And Pale Blood, I was unsure about this one, but the more I looked at it, the more I want it. Like these are ones that are coming, but now here's some stuff that I don't have that I can recommend you guys that I think are really good. I'm going to look at the limited editions. 8797, 2007, 2017, 33 years. Okay, there we go. Deadline, Conexploitation. I love Conexploitation stuff. Pale Blood, yeah, Wings Hauser Shadow. Like, if you're on the fence, just think Wings Hauser. The Wings Hauser, the guy that did Vice Squad, and like just a bunch of movies. Now, what's funny, what's really kind of unique and kind of neat is that Wings Hauser, like we know him now. If anybody that like has seen like any Wings Hauser stuff, know him as this kind of this bad guy. It's kind of over the top, really vicious, really out there bad guy. He's like Gary Busey, but he can actually turn it off afterwards. He doesn't stay like that. But when he started out, he was in soap operas, and he played in acting on Young and the Restless. Him and David Hasselhoff actually played brothers on Young and the Restless. I'm pretty sure I got that correct. My grandmother used to watch Young and the Restless. So when he went to do movies like Vice Squad and stuff like that, they didn't think he could do it. They said, no, you're known for playing a good guy. I don't think you, Wings Hauser, can really play a bad guy. Can you really play a bad guy? Can you do that type of role? Now we know him for that type of role. And it's incredible. So yes, Pale Blood, Shadow, look into it. Although I don't have this one pre-ordered yet, it's the only VSA that I haven't pre-ordered is Hell Riders. I kind of want it. It looks like a lot of fun. I'll get it eventually. Typecasting, it can be. And think of it this way, PlayStation. Now he's typecasted as the bad guy, the crazy, insane guy. But before this, it was like totally the opposite. He was typecasted as the nice guy. It's like when The Dark Half is being made. Michael Rooker, who was, he plays the sheriff and he plays a good guy. He was known for stuff like Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, and like films like that. So when George Romero wanted him for a good guy role in the Dark Half, a lot of the producers and stuff were like, I don't think so. I don't think Michael Rooker can do that. But he proved him wrong, and he did a damn good job. That was the one Erotic Nights and 1 and 2. Definitely kind of a fun one. If you like the adult stuff. If you don't, Candy Snatchers is one that I don't have that I really want to pick up. Oh, it was amazing in Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. I'm not so big on the sequel though, but it has been a long time since I've seen it. I know that they used a different actor for the sequel, but I don't really remember it, to be totally honest with you. Candy Snatchers is one that I definitely want and I would recommend. It's a little dark, just so that you know. Beyond, where's it at? What do we go with Beyond? I'll go with Secta Sinistra, for sure. That's one that I can definitely recommend. Let My Puppets Come, as silly as that is, if you like that type of film, I hear good things about it. Putney Swoop is another one that's apparently supposed to be, I don't have it yet, a must-have Vinegar Syndrome release. And these ones I'm mentioning are all limited editions. It's amazing. Okay, perfect. So Pinga can like vouch for that one. And I love when I'm on here and I want to mention something that I don't have and like somebody's here to vouch for it. I do recommend In the Cold of Night. It's Shannon Tweed. It is sexploitation, Skinamax style, and it's fun. And if you're going to get it, you got to get Party Line too, and double feature. It's actually a good double feature. Beware My Brethren is another one that I really want to have that I haven't picked up yet. And as far as the limited editions go, I want to see if there's anything else that actually kind of stands out to me. I don't think there is, but the telephone book's got a limited edition slipcover, and that's one I don't have. So if you haven't picked up the telephone book, people keep telling me that I need to pick this movie up on the next sale. I'm going to break down and pick up telephone book with its slipcover, and because I haven't seen it in years, but everybody says I got to rewatch that one. It's amazing. It should be in my collection. Shame on me for not having it there. So Big Fat Greek Wedding. Okay, I mean, like they're not really my style films. Like I've seen them, and I know there was a TV series. Yeah, it is a bit. It does drag a tiny bit. Michael Keane did a voice of it. Did he really? Yeah, that's kind of cool actually. Okay, so let's look at some of the regular Vinegar Syndrome stuff because I went through the limited editions first, and there's a lot of good Vinegar Syndrome stuff out there. Corruption of Chris Miller definitely stands out. You know, it's one I don't have, but I need to get Skin Flicks. Actually, I got Skin Flicks. That's actually not bad. Oops, I'm trying to mention things I don't have. And I'm going through the... Hey, life. We're talking about Vinegar Syndrome and Severin. Right now, I've got like my laptop right beside me, and I wanted to mention some stuff in Vinegar Syndrome that I don't have that are kind of Vinegar Syndrome releases. So welcome. I did like if you want to go to the beginning of the video after this, I did a list of like movies that I do have that I think should be in everybody's collection for Severin and Vinegar Syndrome. I hear I got on Body Melt. That's the definite for the next sale. Body Melt's a really fun film. It's really kind of nuts, and it was originally meant to be like a kind of an anthology film. And if you really watch the film, it kind of plays like it in a weird way. It's kind of connected, but there's definitely some segmented parts in Body Melts that I definitely recommend. Buddies, I guess it's a good film. It's a little bit too depressing for me. I don't think so anything I'm gonna get. Thanks, life. I do apologize, you John. Welcome to the College Cinema again, by the way. Yes, yesterday when I was doing my video and I was announcing the Black Emmanuel set being bought up by Severin, the stream died on me. Downstairs, I'm having some issues with my iPad right now, which is what I film on. I got cracked, and unfortunately that hurt the settings when I was downstairs in the video. Normally my videos can run fairly long, anywhere from like 20 to 30 minutes up to like 2 hours long. I don't think tonight's gonna be that long though, because I do have to work tomorrow. But hopefully you stay. The technical difficulties are not a normal thing on my channel. At least I hope not. Knock on wood. But definitely welcome back. I appreciate that. I really do. Now, are you a fan of Vinegar Syndrome and Severin films? I know a lot of the guys on here are fans of Vinegar Syndrome and Severin. I'm actually known for Vinegar Syndrome, not just from this here, but if you listen to just to this podcast, actually I've been on there about 2 or 3 times, and a couple of times there I talked about Vinegar Syndrome. I was actually talking to Brian last night. We're talking about the upcoming box sets, and the fact that we're kind of tapped. Oh, you're young. Okay, then you're probably some of these films are probably a little bit like more on the adulty side than for you. Just to let you know. So you should have an adult near you when you're watching a video like this, because it is going to be more adult stuff, and they're going to talk about more adult content. So I recommend if you've got an adult nearby, have an adult, because I always mark my videos, just 18 above for content. Just to let you know, because Vinegar Syndrome has some stuff that's not for kids. Luckily, that's not what I'm talking about right now, but still. Liquid Sky is a really unique, different film. Film noir, Narrow Margin. Check out Narrow Margin. It's not the remake, but the original Narrow Margin. Awesomely amazing film. And I would say, God, anything with Robert Mitchum. Also, Gun Crazy, stuff like that. Excellent early film noir films. And some of those can be a little dark too, so I'm a dad, so I gotta say these things. Have I thought about doing a stream for teen? Actually, I have thought about that. that's something that, because I want to do like something like basically to talk about one, to talk about like my animation stuff, and it's like kind of like a some of the people that come in here. So some are older, some are younger, but some have like teens or preteens, and they're kind of getting them into where they're starting to get into horror, and I kind of want to give them like kind of like a jump off point. So whenever somebody asks me like what should what's a movie that I can let my kid watch when it comes to horror, kind of like a starting one, I always mention things like Universal Monsters and stuff like that. But I know that a lot of kids aren't going to be into the black and white stuff. That's the truth of the matter. So I always recommend The Gate as a kind of as a starter. The Gate is a great starter when it comes to stuff like that. It does deal with stuff that hits kids harder in life. We get like the do I like Nora Ephron movies? Some I do. The Craft, really? The Craft, yeah, I can see The Craft, but still, yeah, okay. Well, the Craft's decent. This is actually a nice topic. Okay, guys, what do you think is a good jump on? Because I've done what I can do for right now. We'll do more of that on another video. I want to save some. What do you think is a nice jump on point for for young adults when it comes to horror films? What would you guys suggest? I said The Gate. That's my initial one. Monster Squad is another one that I think is actually kind of a cool one if you're starting out. Horror that in the 70s and 80s. My kids did too. No, actually, I like this subject. It's actually a really good subject, and it makes sense. Dragonworks a really cool film. Return to Oz, cool film, dark film. Like The Stuff? Yeah, The Stuff. One, Cohen rocks, so your kid rocks, man. Something Wicked This Way Comes, with the pricking of my thumbs. Something Wicked This Way Comes. Or is it cracking of my thumbs? Can't remember. I never get that quote right. I actually like the Conjuring universe, to be honest with you, but not all of them, but some of them. And I love Halloween. The Witches is a great choice. House 1 and 2, definitely Bobby. Yeah. House 1 and 2, and they're kind of fun. I mean, like, they have the scares, but they have the humor there as well. Hocus Pocus is one of my better half's favorite films. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Gremlins. Oh, this is such a good topic. This should have been my topic to begin with. Gremlins. Yeah, Gremlins, because Gremlins is like a Christmas horror. You still got to beat The Gate, though. The Gate's hard to beat when it comes to that type of stuff, because The Gate has a bit of everything. And if you're a teen or preteen, you're watching The Gate, it hits like every one of youth fears. Whether you're scared. Hobgoblins. I don't know about that one. It's an odd one. Dolls, yes. Critters. Critters are fun. Yeah, I love Critters. I got the and I guess your dad is a Scream Factory box set. Number 2 has got a bit of nudity, but like overall, Critters is a really fun one. What I do like about number 2 is they have like an Easter egg hunt, and the critters, obviously the Krites, they're like little balls, and they kind of look like when they go up, and they kind of look like Easter eggs. So they attack the Easter egg hunt, which is bloody brilliant. Troll 2, I guess. Read your comment above. If I can still find it here. Krampus. Yeah, actually, Krampus could qualify. Actually, I like Krampus. Really cool film. If they have not seen Krampus, all right, it's a good Halloween one. There's one called, recently came out, guys. What's the name of it? And it stars like a teen, like 14-year-old, and it's around Christmas time, and his babysitter's coming over to babysit him for the last time because she's moving away. Do you remember? Is it on All Through the House? Is that the one? It had a Christmas card with it. Jack Frost is fun. It might be a little bit too risque for certain sequences. Not the babysitter. The babysitter is fun, but the other one. Better watch out. Thank you, Shadow. That's the one I'm talking about. Better watch out. That is cool. And there's things in that I don't think. Hey, Trash Stash, welcome, man. That I. It was nice when it happens. That big scene, where the whole twist in it. Oh, I love Gremlins too. Actually, sacrilege, but I like Gremlins just as much as Gremlins. It's just so cool. And Tony Randall as the gremlin that talks, just Labyrinth is just an amazing film. Levi Miller. Is it Levi Miller? You probably know more than me when it comes to that. Well, I'm getting his Levi jeans. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah, it is Levi Miller. He's an incredible actor, by the way. Dark Crystal's fun. Yeah, that's right. He was in Pan. I forgot he was in Pan. But Better Watch Out is definitely his best film because he did Wrinkle in Time. That didn't do very well. He did Pan. That exactly didn't do well. Yeah, I'm working from home, dude. It's starting today, so working from home. Exorcist, and that's not so much. My kid is still, one of my kids is still like traumatized from watching Exorcist. They're too young of an age. But New Mutants is actually going to be, unfortunately, Life New Mutants is going to be pushed back. So it may be a little bit longer before we get to see that film. Is your occupation? You do it for a living? See, that is one thing I would kill for. Did I watch? Oh, yes, I did. It's AME, Terrifier, not for kids, by the way. Don't watch that one, kids. It's okay. That's the strongest I can go with when it comes to, and of course, Mr. Boogedy for kids films, by the way, and Halloween Town. You liked it? I thought it was okay. I mean, the acting was not the great. The guy that plays the clown, Art the Clown, awesome. The actual script for the film, not so awesome. Just not so awesome. But the thing, but it follows like the stuff. Like I watched All Hallows Eve, which also had Art the Clown, a different actor by the way, playing Art the Clown back then. But which was a film that looks like it's going to be good, and there's sections of it that show promise, but it just goes on too long, and the ending, the wraparound, which could be like a bit scary, turns into like a bit of a trudge through. Definitely, Terrifier 2, I say, will be a lot better than the first one. They'll have more money into it. I'm sure they're gonna have a bigger cast as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I'm particularly excited for what's the name of the film? One I forgot now. Orphan Killer 2. Goosebumps. Goosebumps definitely for kids. Goosebumps is fun. Are Afraid of the Dark's a little bit better, but I like them both. The Innocents, maybe. Innocents can lead like a bit into like some darker territory, like turn the screw. But still, I do like The Innocents. Legend was incredible. I like Legend. I really do. I didn't get a great rating when it came out initially, but I thought it was good. But there you go, guys. At 73 minutes, I haven't seen Hunt yet. I gotta check that one out. And because I got to get some stuff ready for work tomorrow, and working at home is going to be a little bit harder. I got some technical issues to work out. But Vincent Price Films, right on. I am Aaron. This is not my movie library. This is where I do my study and my office workout. See you next time around. You're the cult. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. Like, share, subscribe if you can do it. Hey, Ryan, have a good night there. Check out my Patreon, support me, or when I do a super chat, because apparently I'm going to need new equipment really soon. And have a great night, guys. See you later.